Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Glad to be here with you, as always. Johnny here, and I'm going to enjoy this video. Well, I enjoy all of them, but this is such a important topic. It's probably, I'm not going to say it's the most, like it's, the most important video that you'll ever come across on the channel. But I believe that it is very accurate, and I think it will help you really think things through. So be sure, if you want, you can reach out to me via email down below in the description. If you guys have noticed, we keep comments turned off, just because the online world of social media is a wonderful thing, but it can also be one of them deals where you don't want to put up with no nonsense. So if you're wondering, why can I not leave a comment, that's why. Because otherwise I have to go through all of them, check them. If they're good, keep them. If they're bad, block them, block them, block them. It's just, it's a repetitive thing. So we'll just stay away from that altogether. And I know I'm still doing audio only, but I promise you're going to see videos sometimes of me or of whatever's going on, and other times when I feel like, what, there's no use, why do video? It doesn't really do anything for me, and I don't think it's going to do anything for you other than being able to see, I guess, who's speaking to you, and I guess that's important. But anyways, if you have questions, comments, or anything, please feel free to reach out to me. You'll find the contact info down below in the description. All right. I believe that this can fit in with any student that's going to college. But I believe that when it comes to those of us that do have disabilities, I believe it's much more important that we really pay attention to this. What I'm talking about is, some people, when they go to college, they already know what they want to do. They're excited, they're hyped up, and they're ready to just jump in and just start learning, right? And you might be one of those kind of people. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's great that you want to, that you're motivated to learn and, get your degree and all that stuff. But I got to point something out that I have learned. And I'm not going to say the hard way, because it's not that it was, the roughest thing in the world on me. But it's very important. Very important. With a disability, you really want to do your research and make sure what you are doing, make sure you have options that, the different jobs and all that you can go through. Make sure that you'll be able to do that job without complications to where it's going to cause problems with you in that department or in that specific career path. And it's really about career building as well. If you're just getting into college now, this isn't a video to talk you out of what you're doing. It's to prepare you for when you do graduate, that whatever degree you have, by that time you will have found something that you'll be able to do. Let me give you some examples. When I started college, I was very excited. I was so excited about going to college and just doing criminal justice. I got in, a couple semesters went through. I got with a mentor, and there's a lot of jobs in the criminal justice field that just would not work for me. Number one, being a police officer. Obviously, being a police officer is something that someone that is visually impaired will never do, no matter if it's a dream or not. It'll never happen. Number two, a security guard. It's not going to happen. Just like the police. A bailiff, if I'm saying that correctly. If not, I'm sure one of my instructors or somebody will correct me if they hear this. A bailiff. I think I've said it right the first time. That's not possible because they're responsible for making sure things are running good in the courtroom. They're pretty much a police officer is pretty much kind of the same thing. Okay. Not possible. A parole officer. Not possible. I can't drive. That's number one. I wouldn't be able to go to these people's houses. It wouldn't be safe. Okay. It's number two. So there's all these things that you might not be thinking about. Now's the time to think about it. You can most definitely keep the path that you're taking for whatever degree you're going to college for. I'm not telling you to change it all up. I'm just telling you to look at the obvious and look on both sides of that. The obvious in the positive way for you, and the obvious in the not going to work for you, right? It's obvious I can't be a cop, but it's obvious that I can do work as a legal aid, okay, or paralegal. It's obvious that I can continue to study and at some point take, the bar's test, go to the law school, do a bar test, and practice as an attorney. These are obvious things that I could do. So if you're not in college yet and you're getting ready to go to college, think it through. Okay? Think it through. Make sure what you're doing is going to work for you, that's what you really want. Now, I get it a lot. There's a lot of students that go to college and they end up changing their degrees halfway through or some at near the end, whatever. But if you don't got to do that, it's better because it's less time that you've wasted. Some of it you might not be wasting regardless because you have certain classes that you got to take no matter what path you're going down for whatever career, whatever degree. You got certain classes that you'll take no matter what. Math, science, English. Those are required classes that you got to take, right? So it's not a full waste. You'll get, some of that will go with you on the new degree or whatever. But just think about it. And I hope that, you can figure that out. And listen, there's several options to make sure that things are going the right way for you and that you're doing, whatever you've got to do to make sure your career is, everything's working the way you want it to. You've got your advisor. You even got the, right now the department is actually completely flying past me, but career development. Okay, you've got people in that department that will help you. You've got your mentor, if you have one, that will help you. I believe that if you have a mentor, that it's honestly, you can't lose with having a mentor. They're going to tell you things that you're not always going to want to hear or didn't think that you would ever hear. But it's the mentor's job to tell you what you need to do as far as things you might need to fix or work on. It's constructive criticism. Think of it that way. If you're being told, hey, if you're going, let's just say you're in as a social worker, right? And you're wearing baggy clothes and, sleeveless t-shirts and, and your mentor says, if you're going to be in this type of career, you really should think about maybe changing your appearance when you're in public. And you might get mad about it. You might not care either way, but they're going to tell you things that either you're going to listen to and you're going to do whatever you got to do to fix it, or you're just going to let it go in one ear and right out the other. And when you do that, it will come back to get you later on. When I first started college, I didn't dress horrible or anything like that, but I changed my appearance. I changed my appearance. I dyed my hair. I let it grow down to my shoulders. I wore khakis, but I also wore, baggy shirts and all that. And after having a mentor and hearing the things that I needed to hear and getting that constructive criticism, it made a big difference. But you got to remember, when you're out there in public and people see you, that first appearance that they see is so important. Maybe more important than what you even know right now. But make sure, if you're really focused on your career, your degree, get you a mentor and let them help you. Especially if, especially if you're visually impaired or something like that, because we don't see everything. We don't notice everything. So we might be doing things that we need to change. Some people would have habits of, holding their hands up close to their chin, stuff like that, or just any type of thing. We've seen it. If you have someone to mentor you, they're going to help you recognize the things that you might not recognize otherwise. So think about that. Again, your career, your college degree, it is so important. And now is the time that you do what you must to make sure you get the best of an education and to make sure that you are focused on the things that you will be successful at. Don't waste your time focusing on things that are just going to go downhill, because then you're just wasting time. For students that don't have any disabilities at all, even you guys need to really think about it as well. Make sure what you're doing is what you really want to do, and make sure that you have options, more than one option. I always say a handful is always good. At least, 3, 4, two's okay. But 3 or 4, you've got options. So I want you to think about that. If you got questions, please feel free to send an email. The information is down below. I appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to this. I hope that this has helped you in one way or another, helped you think about things a little more clearly, or will help you in the future now. If you are yet a member of STAND, you can contact me. Again, the information is down below. As long as you're a student or alumni, even faculty, instructor, doesn't matter. We'd be glad to have you. We really want to bring in the students just as much as, it's okay having others, but we want to make sure that we can help whoever possible while they're going through college. Y'all have a wonderful day, and we will talk to you very soon.